Hello everybody, it is time to cook like candy. Alright, so today we will be making a healthier choice minus the real cheese, but you know, whatever. Make a ratatouille. Yes, we are. A ratatouille lasagna. Never made it before, but I have faith in myself that it's gonna bust. Ain't that right, Ty?
That's right.
Okay, so my ingredients, I have eggplant, I have squash, zucchini, red, orange, yellow, green pepper, onion, garlic. I have sweet Italian sausage, turkey, of course, and ground turkey. My seasonal thyme, onion, rosemary, garlic powder, paprika, basil, seasoned salt. Yeah. And then for my cheeses, fresh mozzarella cheeses, the mozzarella in the bag, but I do have the fresh mozzarella and I have to use this up before it goes bad. I have some Parmesan, some ricotta, some parsley, and I'm going to use some eggs. So, why ratatouille, Ty?
On a diet.
Ty's on a diet. She's trying to lose her mind.
But
She's trying to lose weight. Protein, she said she needed the protein and she wanted vegetables. So, we're going to do a lasagna ratatouille style. I love ratatouille, but I've seen people make it before. So, I'm going to try to emulate as close to what the cartoon Ratatouille did. I am. So, stay tuned and I will take you step by step with everything that I'm doing. My butcher knife. And I'm going to take the ends off of all of them. Only because I don't want the ends on them, okay? So, for my eggplant, it's really pretty round. I'm going to come across the middle. And I'm going to use this one as semicircles. And when I slice it, I'm going to slice it nice and thin. Nice and thin slices. We are not using any pasta.
This is the pasta.
Yep, the vegetables will act as our pasta in our lasagna. So I will slice through this one the same way, and I'll show you when I'm done. Chef Ratatouille was cutting this fast, wasn't he?
Pasta.
I don't want to have the imperfect ones, so but I want to go.
That was close.
I forgot I needed some tomatoes too, guys, because my tomatoes are going to go at the top. It ain't going to be ratatouille if you don't have all the colors. You feel me? You feel me? Look at this. I'm not that fast yet, but I didn't got good. I think these are too big. But I'm over it. You feel me? Let's about to hit this with some olive oil. And this is just like an oregano olive oil. And I'm going to hit it with some oregano. This is oregano, basil, and salt. But I need all the smoke for all of these. I want them all to kind of get seasoned. And even though it was sea salt in there, I'm going to come back around here and hit this with some more sea salt. Because that does the trick. I don't want to break them, so I'm going to be really gentle as I turn them. Because this is really my ratatouille. Just get them flavored. I don't want to turn them too much, but they're nice and oiled, nice and flavored. Try not to break my eggplant. So before I start my meat, I have to add the components that I want in my meat sauce, which is the green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper, and onion. I'm not doing a big lasagna, so I don't want to overdo. Slice these julienne style. And after I slice them, just dice them a little bit. I gotta sharpen my knife, don't judge me. You know, I'm a working woman. It's only so many hours in. But anyway, I will go ahead and slice through all of my peppers and chop through them. And then I will come back and knock out my onions and my garlic. And I will back with how I'm about to season this meat and prepare this meat sauce, okay?
Look at that. So beautiful.
Lastly is my onion, and then we're going to start our meat. I am going to add a little oil to my pan, only because I'm using turkey product and I do not want them to just dry out and stick. I have onion, orange pepper, green pepper, red pepper. That was my yellow pepper. More onion and garlic all going into this oil to saute because this will all go into my... Yes, it will. But before I add my meat to that, I want to season it right now just because I like to do stuff different all the time. I have here some fennel seeds. These fennel seeds go crazy, don't they? Anybody who don't use fennel seeds in their lasagna, you missing out. The smell alone. Add some rosemary in this thing right here. Not too much. I just want it to be real earthy. Real earthy. I'm going to hit these veggies with some smoked paprika. Alright, so I got some thyme that's coming in there with those flavors. And now I'm going to hit it with my meat. So for my Italian sausage, I'm not going to try Italian sausage. I'm just going to squeeze the meat out of the skin. And I'm going to just add it into the pan. I'll do 3 sausages. And just get that skin in there. All of there. And just have 3 Italian sausages in there. Then I'm going to come back with my ground beef, and then I'm going to season that with my saucier. Do half of my ground turkey. I just said ground beef. I meant ground turkey, y'all. I be saying anything because I know mentally what I'm doing. But you know, I've only been a talk show cook for like 2 months now. So politically correct, I'm not always politically correct, okay? So I'm going to hit this with some seasoned salt. Just to even sprinkle across everything to get my in there. Alright, after I hit it with my seasoned salt, I will come with my onion powder. Ty usually sneezes when I hit it with this, so.
Let's see.
Because that one has a whole lot of that. And I can't forget my garlic powder. Hit that with a little garlic. And lastly, it's an Italian dish, so why not? It's Italian season on an Italian dish. So first thing I want to do is smash through this meat to get it out of the form that it was already in. Smash through all of them. And kind of just let everybody get to know each other. They are family members now. They all cooking in the same pan, okay? Ain't nobody better than the next person. Ain't nobody judge. Break them down and get them on out the way. This smells heavenly already. And we ain't even there yet. So just get all my veggies and my meat. I have way more veggies than meat, Ty. I think I'm going to just go ahead and put the rest of the meat in here, right? Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and add the remaining of my meat. I don't know how to cook small portions.
No, don't use that one.
Too late. I already squeezed it. I don't know how to cook small portions. What you want? To cook it and chop it up?
I want to make it, but it's cool. A breakfast taco.
You should have told me that.
Sorry.
So I'm going to let this brown. But not only am I going to let it brown, I'm going to get married in the flavor. So after it brown, I'll reduce it and cover it. And just let everybody get acquainted. I like to chop through my meat because I do not like clumps of meat in any dish. So I want it to be nice and finely blended. So I'm going to let this cook. And while this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start my my ricotta cheese sauce. I'm going to start off with my ricotta cheese. It's best to use ricotta with whole milk. But I got this ricotta with skim milk. Only because that's what I got, dog. Let it sit out so that it's creamy like this. You definitely do not want it to be as stiff because it's harder to spread when it's stiff, okay? So I'm going to use the whole thing because I'm going to just go ahead and make a big... I could feed the neighbors if we don't want to eat it. Why not? All right? So on top of that ricotta, I'm just going to add some of this crummy cheese. And then I'm going to add some of this fake mozzarella. What? It's not real mozzarella. Look at it. Real mozzarella isn't fake stuff. It's just fake. So I'm going to mend these together and try to get them as creamy as I can get them. And I really wish I had some fresh, but I don't have fresh parsley. So I'm going to use the parsley that I bought in the seasoning aisle. Hey, parsley. Say hey, Candy. All right, parsley. I'm not done with that, though, because I also have some fake Parmesan cheese by Kraft. And I am going to use this fake Parmesan cheese in this cheese blend. Yum.
You need an egg.
No, let me blend this together. And then I'm going to hit this with an egg or two. We record YouTube videos the right way. So it is nice and creamy how I would want it. But I'm not done.
My mama didn't even want to cook this at first.
I only cooked it because Tayana wanted me to cook it.
Watch it.
You know why it's going to be fast?
Because I helped you.
Girl, because I'm cooking it.
Period. Pull.
I'm going to do 1 egg or 2 eggs.
Yes, 1 egg, honey. 1 egg.
Just one?
We don't want all that.
You sure?
Sure.
So I'm going to whip all this together and whip this egg in with this cheese. Softened cheese is the best if you try to work with hard cheese. If you see my lasagna video, that cheese was not as room temperature. So it gave me some trouble.
No, you need no trouble.
I think this one will give me some trouble too. I will also use some fresh mozzarella. Why not? But I'm not using it right now. So I'm just going to hit this. This looks actually really good. I'm going to try to blend it as well. If you use whole milk ricotta, it melts better. It's creamier than skim milk. But you know what? Potato, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's say it sideways.
So my meat is done. And it has a little juice in it, but it's not a lot of fat. I will not drain that. Now back in the day when spaghetti sauce or whatever you want to call it goes in. And then I'm going to come back around this with a little more fennel and some oregano. I'll just let this all get together and be merry. I may add some more sauce depending on how loose this is because I don't want it loose. Because if it's loose, that means my lasagna is at the bottom. And we don't do loose.
That's why people use tomato paste.
That's exactly why people use tomato paste. But tomato paste has a nasty taste.
It does.
So I would rather use my own stewed tomatoes or something like that and make my own sauce. So I'll let this simmer together, become acquainted. Hit it with a little oregano. And I said fennel seeds, but I still see my fennel seeds swimming around in here, so I don't want to overdo the fennel. Sorry, fennel. So I'm going to let this come to a slow boil. And it should thicken up as the heat stays on. I have a pan right here, and I'm just going to add a little marinara to the bottom. This is not my meat sauce that I just prepared. My meat sauce that I just prepared is still cooking because you want that to cook for a nice amount of time. I'm just going to throw some marinara at the bottom just to get the party started, okay?
Baby, welcome to the party. Say it like that.
Baby, welcome to the party.
I'll grab a little of my meat. So that wasn't really a lot, and I don't want to overdo it with that, so I'm going to go ahead and cheat with this meat a little bit. But you want your meat to really simmer for at least 40 minutes because it's better that way.
Let the vegetarians know.
Vegetarians! I'm so sorry for messing up your meal because I'm trying to get close to vegan meals. I'm just not there yet. But do it without meat and do it without real cheese. Like, do it with vegetarian cheese.
Or vegan cheese.
This will definitely do the trick, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to alternate that. Eggplant. Bam.
Squash. Bam.
Bam.
Zucchini.
Bam. And I'm going to do 2 for every 1 eggplant. I'm going to do a zucchini squash zucchini. How that look?
Yeah, baby.
Eggplant, because it's so big. Because what we making, Ty?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Lasagna.
Ratatouille lasagna. And these are all different sizes, so excuse me for the inconsistency, but you know, tastes good. Nope. So I'm gonna alternate these as best as I can, and I'll show you when it's time for my next layer, okay? It's my first layer of my lasagna ratatouille. Yes, it is.
What you doing next?
Next, I'm going to, are you going to put it on the other phone too?
Yeah, but you could tell them what you're doing next.
Oh, next I'm going to sauce. Or my ricotta, whatever it is.
Okay. Wash it.
Some of the ricotta cheese blend. And it's really soft. I really only plan on having maybe one layer of this, because that's all I really want. Honestly, on this bottom layer, I think I'm going to just go all in. What you think, Ty?
Cool with me.
All right, cool. So we're not holding back. We're going to actually put it all down. I'm going to come in and smash it evenly to get the whole layer covered. Because on my next cheese layer, guess what I'm adding?
What,
mozzarella. You guessed it. You was right. In my dry voice.
That's not giving you a hard time, sis.
It's not. It's a perfect amount for our first layer. Problem is, I would have wanted a deeper pan, because I want layers and layers and layers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this pan allowed me probably 2 layers. Whatever. So now I got the sauce, the cheese. Guess what's next? My meat sauce. My meat as flat as I can and try to cover the whole bottom as flat as I can. So I'm trying to get layers going on in here. Were you recording me talking about how fabulous it is? But you didn't show nobody how fabulous it was in this pot or pan. So I am going to coat this whole row with this fabulous, fabulous, fabulous meat sauce. Fabulous meat sauce. Fresh mozz coming up. I like to try to stretch it out some because it's going to melt in place, which is fine. But we want mozzarella everywhere. We don't want to just have mozzarella in small spots. So once I get this mozz on here, I'm going to come back for it's with some more ratatouille. Stay tuned. So I'm gonna come back in and add tomatoes in between all the eggplant on the rim, just because I forgot to add them, and it really pops my presentation like nobody's business. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yep.
So I have sliced some tomatoes.
It's gonna look even better in my stomach.
To give my presentation that extra pop. Guess what we got, guys? Ratatouille. Yes, baby. Ratatouille. I'm gonna cut this one in half. Looks like a hit. Presentation is amazing. I'm just hitting this with some oregano, basil, and sea salt. What y'all know about a ratatouille? I'm proud of this. It smells so good. Y'all just don't know. It is not ready, but as y'all can see, it's starting to come together. So I had it at 300. I'm gonna put it at 350 because I think the seasons have all set in. But now I want to bake this thing and let it crisp up. So I'll show y'all when I take it out the oven. So the ratatouille is out of the oven. And I will have to let it cool. Words of advice, you want to always put it on the pan when you're putting it in the oven. It didn't spill over, but it could have because it boils. So I have to let it cool before I cut into it. It will be juicier than a lasagna because there's no cheese at the top to hold it together. But I'll let it cool all the way down. Probably about 15 minutes or so. 20. And then I'm going to take a piece. It's late, I know. But that's what happens when you go to work and then you still got to come home and prepare a meal. So, I'll show y'all when I slice it. But, yeah, this is ratatouille. Bon appetit. I'm just cutting into it this morning. But you got those layers. I got mine in some Tupperware because I'm going to work, so you ain't going to be able to see all the goodness in it because I'm going to work. Nonetheless, it was a hit. And yeah, ratatouille, lasagna style. Bon appetit.